What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pro Gamer Manager, the Moba career mode. This is episode 4, and in the last episode, of course, we got more points because I always forget. We mastered our first champion, which is awesome. We are mid lane, 19. We're finished up decisions, getting on our way through the communication points. Almost done awareness and about halfway done lane phase. We got 82 points at the moment. I thought I added some. You used to be able to find it here under profile. I added like some skill things or something like that. Specialties, but I don't have any idea what happened to them, so we're just gonna chill, I guess. I don't actually know where it went, because before they added in like the select points and stuff like that, it used to just be there and it would show all your specialties. But I don't actually know what happens to it now. Oh, look at that. We actually got silver rank already. Goodness. I talked about it in the last episode about how this series feels like it's gone a heck of a lot faster than the FPS one did. And I for sure think that is for sure true. We actually got the first level already. I feel like this took us like 12 episodes to get in the original, and we got it within the first 5 minutes of episode 2, or episode 4, I mean. So we're doing pretty good. This series might be like insanely fast if we keep it up like this. So we're gonna get Weird Vampire Dude, cause he was one of the really good heroes. Obviously, things like the tier list change periodically. So, you know, these three won't always be good. You know, they could be really good right now, and then they'll go through a rotation, or like there'll be a difference in the tier list, and this guy could end up being all the way down here at C, you know? So, you kind of have to just master a lot of heroes. That way your player actually has the ability to keep up with heroes that are really good in the current meta, if that makes sense. Because that's pretty much what it is, right? The meta changes, so certain heroes are better than others at that time. So, going pretty good so far. Let's go ahead and stream. We're gonna do some funny stuff. Let's have a little funny stream, guys. Let's have you know, some viewer games. Have just a good old enjoyable time with the fans, with the viewers. You know, it's what we live for, right? It's what we're here to do. It's what our purpose is at this point. We're here to have fun and enjoy the time with everyone. It was just announced the Caloranthial gaming mouse, so we can find it on the market. I don't actually think there's a way to do that, to actually find anything that's like on the market. I think it's just kind of like, hey, congratulations, here's a random item that we decided is now on the market. You can't actually do anything with it, because that's not a mechanic in the game at the moment. But I hope you enjoy the idea of it being there. Like, that's really the way I feel sometimes with this game. It's just like, psych, you thought you were actually gonna get to pick something. You silly sausage, you don't get to pick anything. That's how I feel like this game is to me sometimes. It's like, well, here's a lot of flavor text and a lot of potential things that could be really cool if we still updated the game. I know I've seen people asking in the comments, does this game, you haven't played it in a while, is the game still getting updated, has there been any major updates? And the answer is no. Unfortunately, none of the, although I will say, disclaimer right away, none of this is proven, none of this is announced, none of this is words from developers or anything like that. This is simply my own opinion and own observations that I have come up with over the time that I have been playing this game, which has been, 5-6 months now I've been playing this game. So, you know, for most of this game's real, time, the game has not had any recent updates, nor does it really have any updates that seem to be planned. I haven't seen or heard from any of the developers in any updates about continuing to do the game, besides they talked a lot about getting some updates, and those updates showed up a long time later. And those ones, the last update was to career mode, but I haven't, most of it seemed like bug fixes. Oh, what? Man, Grandma gets me one day. Now my grandfather got me another day. Never ending with these guys. Let's play some FPSs. We can at least stream the whole time. It took a really long time for that to happen, and since then, there has been no word. No word, no updates, nada. There's been nothing to even make us think that we're going to get anything new out of this game from the developers. They seem to be very much so focused on some kind of other project. I know that another dev team that uses the same publisher is coming out with a Terraria-esque game that's more of like a roguelike, which seemed pretty cool when I saw the little bit of it I saw, but I don't know. I really don't really... I don't have an answer because I haven't spoken with the developers at all, and I haven't really seen anything from them. So, again, I've said it in previous series, but if you're new, I will let you know again. I unfortunately have the feeling that the game did not get the desired response when it released, and because of that, the developers were upset, and they were not, and they got discouraged, and because of that, there hasn't been updates. The game's kind of stayed stagnant, and that's been that. That seems to be the overarching case here with, what was I doing? Nothing. I thought I was going to click on something. But that seems like that's been, the situation so far has just been, a lot of lack of communication that they had before the game released. If you guys, have been a long time fan per se of my channel and have seen the other ones, you know, back in April when the game was first announced that it was going to be released, about a week and a half later from that point, it caught a lot of people off guard, myself included, and was very upsetting to very many people. I spoke about it in one of my episodes, about the way I felt about it, and I'll summarize it here. That way, you guys don't have to go back and try and find it, because I sure as heck know that I'm not going to go try and find it, because who knows what series it could have been. I want to say it was career mode, the FPS, but I'm not 100% sure. It might have been FPS manager mode. I'm not sure, but I had spoke about how pretty much they were rushing it way too much, and it felt like out of nowhere, a game that was on the right path but was not finished and was not polished was going to be released and was not going to get great reviews. I had predicted that ahead of time, and my biggest worry ahead of time was the game won't get great reviews because the game isn't in a finished state, and because of that, they're going to get discouraged, and the game will just stay stagnant and not go anywhere. Well, guess what? That's what happened. You know, the game released, it got mixed reviews because the game feels and looks like it's still in a beta, because it has a lot of bugs and a lot of changes that need to be made. And guess what? There's been one update since the game released, and the game has been out for almost 4 months now. Almost 4 months now, and there's been one update. That's very upsetting. Very upsetting that over the course of 4 months, they made an effort to put one update out. For a game that has so much potential and has had a decent number of people express an interest in it and express that the game does have that potential and is very interesting, but they just, I guess, decided that they were done making it, I guess. I don't know. You know, I personally have no idea what was happening behind the scenes. Was the publisher pushing them to release the game faster, sooner rather than later? I don't know. That's a possibility. That could explain the immediate and kind of out of the blue announcement of a release that was only about a week and a half later. It wasn't like it was a month later or something like that. It was about a week and a half later, and bam, the game is released. That's very surprising. So with that, you kind of go, wow, there clearly had to have been something. Was it that they got to the point where they were tired of making the game and they just didn't want to continue making and they wanted to do something else? That's a possibility. That very well is a possibility, that they just kind of had reached the point where their natural progression was done. They didn't have any more to put into the game. Sure, I can understand that. I've done things in school projects and things like that are maybe long-term projects, or anything really in life that's a long-term thing. You're gonna hit a point where you're gonna hit a wall. That's just inevitable. That's inevitable. You're gonna hit that no matter where you go, no matter what you're gonna do in life. You're gonna hit a wall at some point with something. And the thing is, complete the task, right? Complete the task, see it through, and get past the wall, right? And if not, don't try and hide it behind releasing a game, is the only thing I would say. Now again, like I've said, none of this is proven. This is simply my opinion, my observations, right? They haven't said anything. I don't have proof for any of this, so don't get mad. I got a friend. Cool. Everybody wants a friend. So don't get mad at me if you disagree with what I'm saying. You're totally entitled to your own opinion. Feel free to let me know in the comments what your opinions on the situation are, because, you know, I'm always willing to listen to other people's opinions, because that's what it's there for, right? It's your opinion. You're welcome to speak it. I'm not gonna, you know, get pissed off at you if you have a different opinion than me, because guess what? You know, what does it make? It makes me too close-minded if I can't, you know, understand other people's opinions. So, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode so far. It was kind of an episode with a lot of ranting, a lot of waffling on, which obviously, if you're still a viewer of this channel, you're probably viewing it because you don't mind me waffling on about random things, which is what I do in 90% of my episodes, is just waffle on about random nonsense. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have a comment, question, or concern, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.